supposed to be rolling loud. More like rolling silent. We are live, man! SmackDown tonight. John Cena makes his way back to SmackDown. He wants a shot with the tribal chief. Did he get one? No. He got one. But then all of a sudden, Finn Balor emerged, and I want to know why. Toni Storm made her WWE main roster debut officially tonight. And Zelina Vega was in the mud yet again. You love to see it. And WWE was at the Rolling Loud Festival tonight in Miami, Florida, with 50,000 people that didn't give a single shit about anybody that was on the show this evening. Plus, I got your SmackDown news and rumors. WWE's got major plans for Big E's cash-in. What is it? As long as it doesn't mean Roman Reigns is the victim. All this plus so much more on what was a big non-WWE week. This is your SmackDown post-show on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. It is July 23rd, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York. Welcome to the Off the Script venue. Appreciate you guys joining me this evening. SmackDown tonight, man. I don't know what to think about it. It was a ho-hum show as usual. It was a typical SmackDown episode that they tried to make feel important. It really wasn't all that important, if you ask me. And again, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news for all you non-AEW fans out there. WWE's momentum is slipping and sliding downwards. There's really nothing going on in WWE that's captivating our attention. John Cena on SmackDown tonight was legitimately the only thing that I had any interest in because he is in a program with the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns. And outside of that, on SmackDown, there is very little to care about at all. Now, I think we've talked about enough CM Punk and Daniel Bryan this week. And I feel like AEW is going to be the majority choice for people. Just moving forward with all these rumors of Punk and Bryan coming on in. WWE apparently has a plan to counteract CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. going over to All Elite Wrestling. His name is Braun Strowman. WWE is getting Braun Strowman back to go up against CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. That'll show them. That'll show Tony Khan. We'll go get Braun Strowman. Whee! Stupid. Nobody wants to see that, man. Legitimately, what was on this show that you gave a shit about tonight? Nothing. I got more questions than answers about what happened at the end of this show, and I'm going to address it right at the top. WWE is moving way too quickly on a Roman Reigns-Finn Balor feud. Why would Finn Balor show up on SmackDown immediately in the middle of SummerSlam build and go after Roman Reigns? We can't wait on this. Why do we need to get this as a one-off match now for a bridge for Roman to get to John Cena? I don't understand that. I really don't get it. It could be a one-off and we can revisit it somewhere down the line, maybe after Survivor Series. But is this where we're going now? Are we going Roman Reigns, Finn Balor now? Clearly that won't be the match for SummerSlam. But why are we getting a one-off match now? We don't know if it's happening next week, or the week after next, or the week after that. We don't know. I predicted that it would go and happen in December and January, just like Roman Reigns had Kevin Owens this past year, where he had him at TLC, and then on SmackDown on Christmas Day, and then in the Royal Rumble again at the pay-per-view for the WWE Universal title. That's what I envisioned for Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. And then we can move Reigns on to The Rock. But we're getting it right away, which makes me wonder. I don't know. So we'll go over what happened at the end of the show, but Roman Reigns and Finn Balor closed the show, and John Cena did not come out because Roman Reigns denied his match request at SummerSlam. WWE was at Rolling Loud Festival tonight in Miami. Had a big stage, big ring on said stage, 50,000 deep at the Rolling Loud Festival. Everybody seems so excited to be there, to not watch professional wrestling. WWE and Rolling Loud, I get it. It's a marketing ploy. I don't know how much WWE paid, if they paid anything, or if Rolling Loud paid WWE to be there. I have no idea. Any way you look at it, somebody wasted a whole hell of a lot of money. Because that shit sucked. It looked completely out of place. Rolling Loud and the crowd did not know or care about anything that was going on in that ring. WWE threw Otis and Gable out there against Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits. They were supposed to get Big E. Why didn't they get Big E? I mean, Wale came out and introduced the whole fucking thing, and this is the guy that sings Big E's theme music. I don't understand it. And then they rushed through the matches as if they couldn't wait to get the fuck off the stage. And then Bianca Belair and Carmella had a 5-minute match. Pretty much the same thing that we saw last week that didn't make any sense this week. And it's almost as if the crowd didn't care. It's Rolling Loud, not rolling crickets. It's not rolling silence. It's not rolling quiet. It's Rolling Loud. But we didn't hear any of that. So somebody wasted an enormous amount of money for promotion on said show. Just felt completely out of place. WWE, Big E, don't know what they're doing with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. Nobody listens to me. Everybody would rather see fucking Bill Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. It's a money match, they say. It's a big-time, big-league match. It's a main event match, says the fucking idiot online. Says the geek online. Says the fucking idiot with the IQ of a fucking light bulb online. Give me a break. Give me a break. WWE needs casual fans. Goldberg is the key. What? So he goes away and fucking 60 seconds and then comes back 9 months later to get yet another championship match. Yeah, I'm sure the casuals care about Bill Goldberg showing up and going away, and getting a fucking title match every time he comes back. I don't know what they're doing with Big E, but if Big E has anything to say about it, he's already chosen his victim. But this victim is more like a god, so he won't be a victim in the end for Big E. This is why I said Big E goes to Monday Night Raw and challenges the WWE champion, Bobby Lashley. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a geek who lives in his quote-unquote mother's basement who yells at a camera live in front of 2,000 people. And then 3,300 on Wednesday night with Jesse, and then another 2,000 for a lowly NXT episode on Tuesday night. And then Monday we had 4,200 in here, and then on Sunday we had 4,000 in here. Do the math, geeks. Do the math. I'm the best. You're just a piece of shit, yet you're watching me anyway. Anyway, I got news. I got rumors. I got SmackDown to go over. I don't have my fucking iPad with me. I forgot my iPad, and it's not charged, so I have no fucking iPad. So if you guys see me looking over here and not over here, when I should be looking at the little laptop that people make fun of on my fucking table that cost me a lot of money to get made, then I want you guys to understand why I'm looking over here and not at the laptop. Just for this night only. Because I'm an idiot and I forgot to charge my iPad. But we got a lot to go over, guys. It's been a big week, and I appreciate everybody in the venue, 2,000 plus. And we got a lot to go over. It's going to be a good time. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go and check out all the other videos on the channel. We got a lot of them. Monday Night Raw, NXT, Dynamite, Off the Script, episode 384. That is coming tomorrow. 2.5 hours of audio and video content. CM Punk is signed, and parades are being thrown in the streets of Chicago for CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. All the geeks online are triggered that Tony Khan has snagged two of the biggest names in all of professional wrestling that still have that move the needle influence. But tomorrow on Off the Script, we talk about why it's confirmed that both of them are going, all the hints that were dropped on why they were going and why it's legit. And the simple fact of the matter is, we are living in a very historic moment in professional wrestling. One that should not divide fans. One that should bring fans together. Because who the fuck are you to say to Daniel Bryan he should have stayed in WWE when there is nothing for him to do there? And WWE had no value in CM Punk. They fired this poor guy on his fucking wedding day. And they never gave him a main event, which he rightfully deserved, against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. So what did they do? They waited for the perfect time to both be free agents and said, you know what? You want to change history again? Let's go. It's exactly what they did. So tomorrow is very interesting. Off the Script, so I urge you guys to go and watch it. Should be uploaded around 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the channel. I will probably be at a craft beer bar somewhere because it's summer. And I got to get my craft beer in, man. Before you know it, the summer's going to be over. Anyway, that is tomorrow. Make sure you guys go get your t-shirts, bonfire.com. That is the exclusive home of Off the Script and all its merchandise. We got JD's Negan on there. We got Summer Scam on there. We got the JD Club on there. So a lot of good things are on Bonfire. Go and check that out. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys want to support the podcast via Patreon, that is there. We got the exclusive Dugout mugs still available. And the lovely Are We Live t-shirts exclusively on Patreon. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. Did I mention to hit the thumbs up? I don't mean hit it like an Orange Cassidy thumbs up. I mean, hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button as well. We're on our way to 125,000 subscribers. Thank you guys very much for all of the love and support this week. It's been unreal, all the support that I've been getting. We do it best right here on Off the Script, man. We give it to you like you should and give it to you like you really deserve, honestly. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew, BlueChew.com. I'm not sure if tonight's show was one of those Blue Chew nights, but Monday Night Raw was absolutely a Blue Chew night. Karrion Kross had a Blue Chew night on Monday, man. Keith Lee had a Blue Chew night on Monday Night Raw. All of us watching that horrendous program had a Blue Chew night on Monday. That's BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for your free sample, man. Free, free. Yes, I said it. BlueChew.com, code JD. Go and get yours today. Let me see what I got as far as news goes, man, before we get into the actual breakdown of tonight's show. There were a couple of things that I wanted to talk about before we actually get to the program that we saw tonight. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are my favorite commentary and believe it or not, I don't believe I'm saying that. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are my favorite commentary team in all of WWE. Now, I'm not a Michael Cole fan. I'm not. I think Michael Cole is a very good commentator. I think he's underappreciated in certain moments and certain spots. He is the voice of WWE. You got to give him some credit for being there for over 20 years and having Vince McMahon yell in his fucking ear. Probably not so much now because he probably gets it. But he's been all over WWE. He's the executive producer for all of the commentators in NXT on Monday Night Raw. He molds them all. He teaches them all. Michael Cole is very, very underrated in what he does. I would absolutely agree to that statement. And I haven't been easy on him in previous years, but his work with Corey Graves was very good. Corey Graves, I believe, is one of the best color commentators in the business. He's got his moments. He comes off like he really means what he says. He comes off sometimes very excited and he's very witty. He's very quick with words. Sometimes he comes off like a WWE shill. He's all over the place. But his work with Corey Graves was great. But I feel like his work with Pat McAfee is just spot on, man. I don't know what it is, but Pat McAfee is bringing out a more excited Michael Cole. It's because Pat McAfee genuinely is a fan. He didn't know what he was getting into sitting at the commentary desk, but he's genuinely a fan, and you can see that in his body language, in his mannerisms. He does the Mauro Ranallo, where Mauro used to stand up because everything was getting so exciting and so intense, and he wanted to sell it not only with his voice, but physically on camera, too, when the camera showed, the commentary team doing their thing. He stands up in the middle of matches because he's excited. He's not knowing what's going to happen. It's unpredictable to him. And I love that about him. And it seems like he's rubbing off on Michael Cole. And Michael Cole actually was on the Pat McAfee show. And the reason why I talk about this is because Michael Cole was on the Pat McAfee show as of this week, I believe. Not too long ago. And he says Pat McAfee totally revitalized his career. That is one of the biggest compliments, in my honest opinion, that you could possibly get in WWE at this given time. If Michael Cole says to somebody who's been there for about 2 months doing what Pat McAfee's doing, and he's already saying that he's totally revitalized his career, that is a compliment that you should not take lightly, man. That is a big fucking deal. Because he's been partnered and paired with a lot of different people. Some of them didn't pan out. Some of them just stood there and they didn't really show the type of enthusiasm that Pat McAfee has. It's a great pairing. And it's made SmackDown a little bit better of a program. And that's what I would like to see from a commentary team. Now, he called into the show. He called into the Pat McAfee show. And he also spoke about how bringing Pat McAfee to SmackDown has revitalized his own career. First, I do want to say this. I've read a lot about this online as well, but it's absolutely true. You've completely revitalized my career. I've been doing this for almost 25 years, I'm sorry. Been doing this for almost 25 years, and I've seen and been a part of everything in WWE. You go through different partners, and everybody that I've worked with has been great. They all brought a different style to the product. JBL, unbelievable partner. Corey Graves, incredible talent. But you're different than all those guys. Not that they're not fans, but you're a true fan, and you bring that enthusiasm to the product, and seeing how you've been acting over the past couple of months has really revitalized what I do. I realize that I have to step up my game to keep up with what you're doing from an enthusiastic standpoint, and that's what I'm trying to do. It's been a lot of fun for me, and it's been really different, and I just want to thank you for breathing some life into this old body again, so maybe I can hang on for a few more years. That is the king of compliments in WWE, man. So good on Pat McAfee. He's been, he got shit on for being in NXT, and I was the one that pretty much led the charge on that. He shut everybody up, and I would rightfully go back to my corner and not say anything because he did shut everybody up in his match with Adam Cole. But that's where his money is, on the microphone. Pat McAfee. He does it for a living. And now he's on SmackDown, and it's rubbing off on Michael Cole. Who would have thought? So Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, man, doing their thing. Best commentary team probably in all of pro wrestling right now. Honestly. I'd even take them over AEW and what Jim Ross and Excalibur and Tony Schiavone are doing. Pat McAfee has been that great on commentary. So good on them, and that is the king of compliments coming from Michael Cole. John Cena opened the show tonight. As we all expected, John Cena is back in WWE. We're building towards Cena and Reigns chasing 17 for SummerSlam's main event in Las Vegas for the Universal Championship. So we saw John Cena on Monday Night Raw, and we saw John Cena tonight on SmackDown. Some of you are probably wondering, why is John Cena on both Raw and on SmackDown? Well, this is the Summer of Cena. They're promoting it as the Summer of Cena. WWE did right coming out of Money in the Bank. They had John Cena come out at the end of the Edge and Roman Reigns match. He stood face-to-face with Roman Reigns, didn't say a word. And that was done by design. Because WWE had it in their back pocket that Cena was going to show up, get people talking, not say a word, wonder why he's back. And then as soon as Money in the Bank went off the air, a couple of hours later, they promoted John Cena and his first appearance in front of a WWE crowd with a microphone in his hand for Monday Night Raw. That was the best marketing move for them to make. So he wanted to set the table on Monday Night Raw. Showed up on SmackDown. Why is he on both shows? John Cena can go wherever he wants. He's not affiliated with any brand. So he was simply on Monday Night Raw to build to what he did tonight. Plus, it was a ratings ploy, and they gave Monday Night Raw somewhat of a little boost with John Cena being on the show. So Cena came out to a massive pop, stared down with Reigns. It is a situation where he is a floater on Raw and SmackDown, and Fightful Select is reporting that it is indeed true. Cena is, quote-unquote, a free agent, and he will appear on all upcoming shows without brand limitations. That's why he opened Raw, and that's why he was on SmackDown. It was said by Sunday afternoon, the secret was well out backstage that Cena would be appearing at Money in the Bank. Cena will also star in a new movie called Argyle, which will be filming in Europe this August. And that is, as far as Cena is concerned, and what he's adding to the movie, all of his parts will be done after his obligations to WWE and SummerSlam are finished. So that's why John Cena was on the show tonight and on Monday Night Raw. So Cena opened the show. Cleveland was loud. Big sports news today. Cleveland Indians are no more. They are now the Cleveland Guardians. So I guess they cut off half of their name. And it seems like the Cleveland Indians went the good old Vince McMahon route by cutting off half of somebody's name. I don't know how I feel about that. I think the Cleveland Indians was just fine. I think everybody's getting caught up in whatever's going on in the world today, and they're taking it a little bit too seriously and a little bit above what's going on. There's nothing wrong with the Cleveland Indians. Next thing you know, they're going to be changing my fucking Atlanta Braves. I hope to God not. There's nothing wrong with the names. But Cleveland Guardians, there you go. The crowd obviously hated it when John Cena brought it up, but it is what it is. John Cena came out. We must be live on Fox, he said. And Cena's in the ring. He said Money in the Bank was fun, and he was so excited. He crashed Raw to do a little Q&A. He said he had to do the thing and answer some important questions like, how did he escape the alternate reality of the Firefly Funhouse? He said he also was asked if he's the last person who can check that lifeless egomaniac, Roman Reigns. He said he is the one to come back and challenge Reigns at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. He said he knows they're excited and he knows why. He said this is SmackDown and everybody knows they're just a few heartbeats away from Cena Reigns face-to-face in this very ring tonight, right now. And he can't think of a better place to do it than Cleveland. So then he talked about the Cleveland Indians changing their name to the Guardians. And we got a mixed reaction, so I'm not the only one that feels that way. Someone had to protect the small amount of respect WWE had left. At this point, I don't think they have any respect left from anybody after what we saw on Monday Night Raw. Because Roman Reigns as Universal Champion really, really sucks, he said. Said he thinks there are some Reigns fans out there somewhere. He says they deserve to be, or they deserve to stand up and be heard, so please let me hear you. He says there's got to be a couple of hundred of you out there in Cleveland. No more Thunderdome, no more LED screens. We are live in your face. He said SummerSlam won't just be a match for the title. It will also be a match for all of them to stand up and do what they do and to stand up for what they believe in. What do you believe in, he said. Whose team are you on? So we got a Cena chant breaking out. He also asked if they are on Team Jorts. And we seen a cameraman focus in on John Cena's jorts. Or are you Team Cargo Pants? And he asked if they're on Team Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect, or a Team Fans Always Reject. He asked if they're on Team Cena or Team Reigns. So John Cena kind of trended towards a little bit of a cringy promo towards the end of this. He just went off the cuff here and just started blabbing about literally everything just to get the fans excited and the fans invested in why he was there and him and Reigns possibly in the ring tonight. So he said Reigns can't see him and the champ is here. And we got a Cena chant breaking out. He yelled for Reigns to come out. Let's make this happen. Let's make history. History. You know who's making history? Tony Khan. John Cena and Roman Reigns aren't making history on SmackDown. No Reigns. Cena then said, please, Roman, come out. Paul Heyman walked out and said, ladies and gentlemen, and things that live in Cleveland, John Cena, you have it all wrong. And he over-enunciated every syllable that he spoke. Heyman said Reigns can't hear him because he's not worth listening to. He gave Cena his word that he will get an answer to his challenge when Reigns decides to come out, and how him and everyone that the tribal chief is here. He then sang Cena's song and strutted off the stage. Cena came to terms, he came to terms with waiting and having to wait towards the end of the show. And then Paul Heyman took the microphone and started humming with sound effects and all John Cena's promo. Do-do-do-do. And he was doing all the sound effects of the theme music. And he walked away, strutted in the back like he was Vince McMahon. And he disappeared into Gorilla. Cena, by the way, was pacing back and forth. He was not very pleased with Heyman. And then John Cena's music then hit on the PA system, and that was the end of the segment. Paul Heyman was the star of that show there. I loved Heyman coming out and kind of being the sniveling prick that he usually is and telling Cena how it's going to be, and we're not seeing Roman Reigns. He's doing what he's doing with Reigns as he did with Lesnar. It's great stuff. Cena's promo on Raw was a little bit better. The promo tonight on SmackDown for John Cena was not really all that exciting. The fans were loud, but Cena was more cringe than I would have liked them to be tonight. But listen, I'm excited for the match. I think what they're building here is a beautiful thing. 17, Cena's back, feeding Reigns, making him feel more like a fucking unbeatable god, like he was, all this time during his reign, even more so now when he beats John Cena. It's going to be a beautiful thing when he beats John Cena at SummerSlam. This is for Reigns. You got to understand it, folks. This is for Reigns. It's not for Cena. It's not for us. It's for Reigns. Vince wants a big star after Cena is no more. You're looking at him. My question is, when Reigns does all that he needs to do, and he defeats Cena, and he defeats Rollins, and he beats Balor, and he beats The Rock, and he beats Brock, Who's after Reigns? Who's the one guy that WWE's building up after Reigns to take that spot? Because when he beats all the names that I just mentioned, you better have somebody in line to take all that power that Roman Reigns has accumulated. And Roman Reigns is going to gift that to somebody to help build the next guy that is supposed to fall in line after Roman Reigns. Who is it? They don't have anybody. This is why I've been so vehemently against him losing. Roman Reigns should never lose that championship, period. Not to Balor, not to Cena, not to Rollins, not to Lesnar, not to Dwayne, not to Big E. Nobody. It's got to be somebody that is going to take that and make a fucking lifetime out of it. Said this on Sunday. You're looking at the modern day Undertaker WrestleMania undefeated streak with Roman Reigns. The more he wins, it's going to be increasingly more difficult for WWE to beat him. You can't give it to just anybody. This match is going to be a great thing. And I saw somebody in the chat who said, I don't usually agree with everything that JD says, but I was there and I feel cheated that Roman Reigns didn't wrestle. Or we didn't get Roman Reigns versus Cena tonight face-to-face. Roman needs to wrestle more. That Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestled on Monday Night Raw in the Attitude Era a lot. That's the Attitude Era, guy. WWE was operating under 2 hours then. This is a 3-hour program on Monday night and a 2-hour SmackDown. So the reason why Austin wrestled was because they could get away with that a lot easier on a 2-hour show. It's more impactful. If you're going to do Roman Reigns every single week, it's not the time and the day and age for Roman Reigns to wrestle every week like Stone Cold Steve Austin. The more Reigns is on TV in a wrestling capacity, the less value he has. You're seeing it with Bobby Lashley right now. How many times has Bobby Lashley wrestled on Monday Night Raw? And I asked, why? They should all be booked the same way. You don't see Kenny Omega wrestling on Dynamite. He's wrestling next week, but next week means something. Next week is a part of a bigger story against the Dark Order and Hangman Page going into All Out. You won't see Omega wrestling on Dynamite for any reason. He wrestled Jungle Boy, takes 4 weeks off, back in a elimination match, 5-on-5 on Dynamite. Can't have Reigns wrestling every week. He wrestled last week. The more he wrestles, the less valuable the title is and the less valuable Reigns is. He needs to look prestigious. He needs to look like a god. That title needs to be prestigious. If you do that, none of that's going to work. So I like what they're doing and where he is right now. Don't change a thing. Everything is working. Just continue to feed him opponents, and Reigns will be bigger off for it. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. I was surprised we got this match so soon. There's no story behind it. We don't know why Balor attacked Sami Zayn. We don't have anything from Sami Zayn as a retort. Nothing. I was surprised that we got this match. Really. I was hoping that this was a SummerSlam match. I was hoping that this would be Balor's introduction to the main roster and SummerSlam because, believe it or not, Sami Zayn is an incredible professional wrestler. I honestly think Sami Zayn is one of the best wrestlers in the company. And I think a match with Balor at SummerSlam, given the time to build over the next 5 weeks, could have been something great for the undercard. But WWE gave it away in 8 minutes on SmackDown. For what? There's no story there. Sami Zayn came out. He was complaining that people are against him. And then Finn Balor comes out after being plucked from NXT because WWE needs big names on the main roster, being that they're back in front of fans, and they just gave this match away. I would have waited. That's not the only time I'm going to say this on this review tonight either. They should have waited. So I liked what I saw here from these two guys. I love both of these guys. I thought Balor did some of the best work of his WWE run in NXT the second time around. So he dove onto Sami at ringside. He played up to the crowd. That big dive that he does over the top rope. Back from break, Sami took over. Big DDT. And Sami landed a Michinoku driver, Thunder Bomb combination. I love that blue Thunder Bomb, man. I love it. He never wins with it. One of these days, I want to see him win with it. And Balor made a comeback, small babyface comeback. He drove his shoulder into Sami in the corner, followed up with a double stomp, 2 missile drop kicks, and then the ending came when he climbed up to the top rope. Big coup de grace for the clean win. Balor is back on SmackDown, and he gets the victory over Sami Zayn. Very uneventful, but the crowd was into it. Crowd was eaten out of the palm of Finn Balor's hand. 9 minutes, high energy, loud crowd. So good on them. I would have waited, and I would have had some story develop between the two going into SummerSlam. Kayla Braxton. She asked, Byron Saxton, Baron Corbin. No difference. They're both fucking losers. Kayla Braxton asked Baron Corbin backstage how much money he made off of his little venture last week. He opened up a donation page. He said he lost money because the guy he paid to build the website ghosted him after it was built, and he stole his identity. He said he has to ride the public bus now, which smelled like curdled cheese and gym socks. What's happened to me? He said in a very pathetic tone. You know, I don't know who he's appealing to here. You know, he's putting down people who ride public transportation. There's probably a large percentage of you right now who travel into said city in which you live in and take public transportation, whether it's a bus or a train or whatever, and he probably mocked you. What's wrong with public transportation? It's the easiest way to get to fucking work, especially in New York City. You don't want to fucking drive into Manhattan. Give me a break. Who is he appealing to here? And why is WWE doing this with Baron Corbin? Is it leading anywhere? I don't feel any sympathy towards this guy. It's entertaining to see him just go through the fucking doldrums of depression, right? But why would anybody care or show sympathy towards Baron Corbin? This is the same guy that has treated every big-name babyface and their life like a living hell. This is the same guy that fed dog food to Roman Reigns on SmackDown. And you want me to feel bad about Baron Corbin losing his money and losing his Jeep and losing his house and having to live at his wife's parents' place with the kids and him taking public transportation. I don't understand it. Where is this going? At first, I thought we were getting Baron Corbin maybe going into a King of the Ring tournament after all of this was over to get his crown back, and that would be the story here, but I don't know where they're going with this. And I don't see how anybody is going to sympathize with Baron Corbin. In fact, he's got nothing but what chance, and he still gets boos. So, I don't know. For the one time in what I do here, I'm confused at what's going on. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Big E made his entrance with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Big E was in the ring, and he said, "Cleveland!" And they chanted, "You deserve it." The crowd was cheering Big E big time. It's been a year and a half, and we have crowds back. Excited to see Big E. Said on Sunday, it was a night I would never forget. And Jesse just texted me. He also retired Kurt Angle. Excellent point, Jesse. He also retired Kurt fucking Angle. And you want us to cheer Baron Corbin on SmackDown or feel sympathetic towards Baron Corbin. Give me a break, man. God, Bruce must be, he must be drinking with fucking Hangman Page somewhere, bro, really. Anyway, Big E says it was a night he'll never forget. He said he had grown men dive onto him, and he jumped off a ladder, and then he said, "I ain't got no business jumping off ladders," as he talked about grabbing the briefcase. And Apollo Crews with Commander Aziz came out, and he was laughing about him celebrating winning a briefcase by climbing a ladder, whereas he is an actual champion with a belt to prove it. All of a sudden, I started to reach for the remote control because out comes Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode. They interrupted Big E, and Ziggler said, if you're talking about the Intercontinental title, I guess he's interrupting Apollo Crews. If you're talking about the Intercontinental title, you better be talking about the Dirty Dogs. He was promptly interrupted then by Boogs, Rick Boogs, and King Nakamura. If you guys are following my boy Rick Boogs on Instagram, man, there was a hilarious video he posted a couple of days ago where he was serenading his cat in his bedroom by playing Cannibal Corpse on electric guitar. It's a thing of beauty, man. Go and check it out. So they came out, and he played Nakamura to the ring and played his theme music. He didn't say anything and over-embellish like he usually does. Very simple, right to the point with Boogs and Nakamura. Cesaro came out next. He walked out. He said, everybody wants the IC title, and it's swing time in Cleveland. A big brawl broke out with everybody in the ring, and Aziz grabbed both Nakamura and Cesaro middle of the ring by their throats. He was going to do a double choke slam. They broke free, knocked him over the top rope. He still remained on his feet. Cesaro then gave Cruz a giant swing. Cesaro, Nakamura, and Big E were all standing tall in the ring. Another segment that I was very confused by. It seems like WWE is lining up challengers for Apollo Crews and the Intercontinental Championship going into SummerSlam, but none of them really stand out. The only one that stands out to me, always Cesaro, but the other one that stands out to me is Shinsuke Nakamura. He's been on a hot streak. I think Boogs has given him a little bit more of a momentum boost going forward. And I think the act is working, yet we still don't have a reason as to why they're together. I wish somebody would tell me. I wish somebody would explain it to us why Rick Boogs, of all guys, is mixing it up with Nakamura. But at this point, I'm past a fucking explanation from Bruce Pritchard. The Intercontinental Championship, man, this is not the first time I mentioned this on SmackDown. It is something that could be booked great if WWE actually gave a shit about consistency and wins. Look at their midcard. Dolph Ziggler. He may be boring as fucking anybody that you could possibly name that you don't like. But Dolph Ziggler's a great professional wrestler. Bobby Roode is a great professional wrestler. We got Shinsuke Nakamura. We got Cesaro. We got Apollo. We got Big E. Gable is there. And some others I'm probably forgetting on SmackDown. They got Kevin Owens. Another one. Sami Zayn. Finn Balor. They got a great mid-card on SmackDown, but they don't do anything with it. This is probably leading to some fucking bullshit tag team match next week, 6-man tag next week, and that's what we're going to get. We're going to get Cesaro, King Nakamura, and Big E versus Roode, Ziggler, and Apollo. That's what we're getting next week. That is the extent of WWE's creative. Meanwhile, you should be putting these guys in singles matches, coming up with fucking solutions on how to make the mid-card great, build people through consistency, build people through wins. I can't name you a fucking number one contender because they all come off like losers. Apollo. He just went into a qualifying match at for Money in the Bank against Big E. Guess what? He lost as champion. He don't even have momentum like a champion should have momentum. Big E has momentum. He won Money in the Bank. But why is he mixing it up with these guys when he should be targeting bigger and better things? Big E is on the wrong brand. Big E is not cashing in on Roman. Roman is not losing that championship. Roman is going to hold that championship well past the expiration date of Big E's Money in the Bank contract. So why is he on SmackDown? Unless WWE is going to draft him over to Monday Night Raw via the draft in October. I don't know. I would have had him show up on Monday Night Raw. Bill Goldberg is not the answer for Bobby Lashley. Seriously. I can't stand the fact that that match is happening. It makes no sense, and it pisses me off because everybody's arguing WWE needs casual fans. I guarantee you, if you poll the casual fan that was in Cleveland tonight, who do they want to see Big E, or who do they want to see Big E or Goldberg against Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam? I guarantee you the majority of the audience would choose Big E. I hate when people tell everybody that social media is a small minority. Bullshit. WWE loves to tout how much social media reach that they have. Social media is a big fucking determination on what the fans like and don't like in WWE. That is a terrible fucking argument. I'm telling you right now. You want to tout about how many followers you got, how many subscribers you got. You want to tout that you got one of the biggest TikTok platforms on the goddamn app. Bullshit. Bullshit. Big E should not be mixing it up with these fucking mid-card geeks. He should be on Monday Night Raw, challenging Bobby Lashley and getting revenge on what happened to Kofi Kingston. Fuck Bill Goldberg. What a shit match. It's what I'll be doing during the match, taking a fucking shit after what am I going to indulge in? Potato skins, dumplings, chicken wings, mozzarella stick. What am I going to shit out during Goldberg's match? That's the question of the night. Got news on Big E. Big E apparently has revealed who he wants to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on. Now, Big E spoke to Dazn, D-A-Z-N, and Big E spoke about a future cash-in before admitting that he's got his eye on Roman Reigns. Big E explained, I feel Roman is the guy, though. Roman's the guy in the industry, and if you want to be remembered, if you want to do something cool, something special, that's a great way to do it. Roman's on a tear. This is one of the best runs I can remember. I feel like he's definitely hitting his stride in a way that he has not before. You can look at the entire scope of the rest of the industry and you can determine who you think is the number one guy, who you think is the best, who should be at the very top. I think it's not that difficult to make an argument for Roman being number one across all brands, across all boards, and beating him means that whoever beats him for that title, it's going to be memorable. It's going to mean something, so why not me? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Big E is not the one to take down the tribal chief. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. But WWE has big plans for Big E's cash-in. Now, during Matt Men's podcast, Andrew Zarian said that he has been told that WWE has some big plans for Big E, and they are very exciting. He also seems to allude to a successful cash-in. He says this, and I quote, Big E is the right guy to win this. I've been told some of the plans. I don't want to say all of them because plans change. I'm hoping that they go with this. I think this is the moment for him. I think a proper cash-in for Big E is the moment. Seeing how WWE has ruined the women's Money in the Bank cash-in already by having Nikki Trash, that her name? Ash Trash, right? One and the same. Nikki Trash cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase against Charlotte Flair, which is another fucking problem all to itself because Charlotte's NXT reigns don't really mean much of anything now. They have erased all of Charlotte's NXT reigns on the main roster. So what you saw, ladies and gentlemen, I had to mention it, Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble was a mirage. You never saw it. Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble last year didn't actually happen. You dreamt it. Charlotte Flair going to WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, pandemic or not. Everybody touted it as the biggest show of the year, so spare me the bullshit. Charlotte went into WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year, and beat the NXT Women's Champion and won the title. Then she goes to NXT, buries a fucking division while she's down there, and then she doesn't even do the proper thing in losing the championship. She doesn't put Rhea over. She didn't put Rhea over at WrestleMania. She didn't put Rhea over at TakeOver in Your House with Io Shirai. And then she just goes back to the main roster. Poof. Like she wasn't even there. So the Royal Rumble win, you didn't see it. Doesn't matter. WrestleMania never happened. Someone won a championship. It wasn't Charlotte Flair. And then she goes to NXT. And I'm supposed to say none of it ever happened. I didn't see it. I don't recall it. I don't remember it. So please explain to me how winning the NXT Women's Championship, Charlotte, doesn't count for your record. You won a Royal Rumble match, which gives you the opportunity to challenge for any championship. You won said championship, so then it counts towards your record. Otherwise, you're demeaning the Royal Rumble. Otherwise, you're demeaning the NXT Women's Championship for all that now have it. And you're just making yourself look worse and worse every single fucking time you open your goddamn fucking mouth. What a joke. A complete fucking joke. And the funny thing is, Rhea Ripley, she never recovered from that WrestleMania loss, and she's worse for it now. She never recovered. Look at what she did after that match. Total fucking loser. Had the worst year of her career. And now, she's a fucking bigger loser on Monday Night Raw. And she lost the title to Charlotte Flair, who then lost it in less than 24 hours to a fucking comic book character. Yes, please, clip it and tell everybody how JD is a basement-dwelling geek who yells at his fucking audience. You know I'm right, and I know you're watching. I know you are. Anyway, Big E, what do they do with the cash-in? Big E shows up at SummerSlam. I don't think he has a SummerSlam match. I think he cashes in against Bobby Lashley after Bobby Lashley beats Goldberg, and Big E wins the WWE Championship, and the New Day is back together following SummerSlam. That's my prediction. Nobody is beating Roman Reigns. Nobody. So move on. Moving on with the rest of the show, man. Let's see what we got here following this conglomerate of nobodies here. We got Gable versus Angelo Dawkins. This is when we went to the Rolling Loud. Well, it was supposed to be Rolling Loud. Rolling Crickets Music Festival. Gable with Otis. Can you imagine sending Chad Gable and Otis out in front of those crowds? Supposedly there was 50,000 people there. Not one of them gave a single shit, man. The Street Profits come out, and you would think the Street Profits act is going to cater to that type of audience. Not a single fucking peep from anyone in that audience. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know who these guys were. They were trying to act cool, but they came off as fucking cringe. Didn't look right. The only thing I liked about this was the view of Miami in the background. Had the Hard Rock Hotel in the distance. And then you had the different camera angles for the stage setup, which was cool, new and refreshing. But WWE looked completely out of place in this thing. They did. And this didn't even matter to anybody. Nobody cared. Nobody made any noise. And they were in and out. It's almost as if WWE was there and they couldn't wait to get the fuck out. Angelo Dawkins beats Chad Gable. Don't know why we're doing this match or any of these matches with Gable and Otis, with the Street Profits. The Street Profits were put out by the Alpha Academy. Why are we giving this match away in front of these nobodies? Is what I want to know. Don't you think the Street Profits deserve a big comeback after being put on the shelf? What a dirty way to fucking just mishandle Chad Gable and Otis. What an awful fucking creative decision, man. I'm telling you. Dawkins wins in 3 minutes. Dawkins slipped out of a backslide and landed a spine buster for the win, and that was it. Chad Gable loses to a fucking spine buster in front of 50,000 people that nobody gives a shit about what happened here. Hour 2, we went right from that to Bianca Belair and Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This went 5 minutes, an absolute waste of everybody's time, being that Belair already beat her last week, and we got it again this week. Don't know why it's happening, but here we are. Now, there was a little incident during this match. I saw the crowd, and they weren't really doing anything, but I guess they kind of got into the match here. There were some sort of chants going on. I could have sworn they were chanting, "We want puppies." Now, granted, it doesn't go along with the current version of WWE, but the people that are there, they probably remember when WWF was actually good, and Jerry Lawler was on commentary screaming, "Puppies," every single week when women came out. I thought I heard "We want puppies." Apparently, "We want Cardi" was being said. Some people said it was "We want Bobby," "We want somebody else," but it was not "We want puppies." Maybe I was hearing things, but then Jesse texted me and said he heard the same exact thing that I heard. So some of us are right and some of us are wrong. Nobody knows what we said. If somebody was in attendance, please let me know what they were saying. It sounded like to me on TV, "We want puppies." But that's that. The match went 5 minutes. KOD for the win. Nothing of note here. Bel-Air retains the title, and the crowd couldn't give a shit, man. This Miami-based crowd, short matches, they're here to watch musical performances from their favorite rap artists. The last thing that they want to see are a bunch of wrestlers that they have absolutely no clue about. I don't know who paid to be here, if Rolling Loud paid WWE or if WWE paid Rolling Loud. A complete waste of money. It's not even going to do anything for WWE as far as exposure goes, because all of those people there, they're not going to remember anything because they'll probably be stoned out of their fucking mind, and they're not going to go and watch SmackDown next week. They're not going to remember what happened here. Oh, remember that, what's her name? The one with the braid. What show is she on? Who? SmackDown? Is that The Rock's show? Is he still there? Give me a break. Shit was fucking a waste of everybody's time, man. I get it. WWE, you know what WWE's got to do? They got to do something like a hard rock festival. They got to do something like a death metal festival or something, man. Those are the people that'll be fucking into that shit. You'll hear those people. I'll tell you that right now. Seriously. Can you imagine can you imagine a WWE match going on and you got like fucking Testament playing in the background, or you got fucking Slayer playing in the background? Can you imagine that? That's the type of fucking shit WWE's got to go and do. I always thought metal was synonymous with wrestling, man. Metal and hard rock is the best for pro wrestling. That's just me. I feel like it goes best. This shit was fucking terrible. Don't know why WWE even opted to do something like this. I get they want to do something different, but it did not come off well at all. It did not. Kevin Owens was chatting with Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox about their tank. Apparently they were working on their tank and something was faulty with their tank. Yeah, more than just your tank is going to be faulty, Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox. Your creative is about to be as faulty as whatever the fucking problem was with your tank. Just give it some time. Corbin approached and Owens was talking to Corbin and he apologized to him. Said he has a bad habit of insulting KO's way of dressing. KO said Corbin has had a bad habit for 8 years of being a jerk to everyone. You can't be surprised if nobody feels sorry for you. Corbin says he feels KO is one of those guys who can help him. So he gave Corbin money right out of his own wallet. He asked KO to forgive him. Corbin was standing there with a stain of what looked to be ketchup or pasta sauce on his shirt. He was wearing a white button down. He had a obvious stain on his shirt. Maybe the food and catering was delicious tonight. I don't know. Somebody in the what was served tonight? Spaghetti and meatballs. Is that what Titus was serving? You know, he's got a great red sauce, bro. I'm telling you right now. And those meatballs, man, they're melting in your mouth. He does something special with it, man. You don't know what he does, though. Oh, it was tomato sauce. It was tomato sauce. It's tomato sauce. I got the word in the kitchen because Titus Catering works in the venue. I get it all. I know what's being made. I know what's being delivered. I know what's being ordered. I know, okay? So Corbin had an obvious stain on his shirt, and Owens gave him cash right out of his wallet, told him not to be a jerk. Don't be a jerk to people. Corbin said they would really help, this would really help him out. Shotzi then blasted Corbin with the cannon on her tank, the Nerf dart from her tank, right in the balls. Corbin went down like he was hit with a fucking legit cannonball from a legit tank. Ziggler and Rude ran up and grabbed his cash and ran away. So they stole from Baron Corbin after Owens graciously gave him money out of his own wallet. Owens showed up with a chair and scattered them away or scared them away. And Ziggler dropped the cash and both of them ran away. Again, I don't know, man. I don't really know what's going on as far as Baron Corbin. But it's not working for me, man. It's not working for me. Anyway, let's check the chat, man. We got 2,300 people in the chat. Thank you so very much for all of your love and support today on the podcast, man. Make sure you guys go and hit up my boys at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout. It's the best way to enhance your performance, man. You know, Vince McMahon, when John Cena came back and when Goldberg came back, you know, Vince McMahon pitched a big tent in his $10,000 suit, man. I want to talk about pitching tents, so I'm going to talk about Blue Chew. Confidence can take you guys far wherever you go, man. It also helps in the bedroom, especially when it comes to time to step up and do the thing in the bedroom. Stepping up to the plate, per se. That's where Blue Chew comes in, man. Blue Chew is a unique online service that provides the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form. And it comes at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night. And you can plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. The process is very simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you are approved, you're going to receive your prescription in days. The best part, it's all done online, so you guys have no wait at the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, no weird looks, nothing. Blue Chew's tablets are also made in the USA and prepared in the USA, shipped direct to your front door. Comes in a very discreet package. So you guys can get it for free tonight, man. Code JD at checkout. All you guys got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. That's BlueChew.com, code JD to receive your first month free. And I want to thank them for once again sponsoring the podcast right here for the SmackDown post show on Off the Scripts. And shout out to my boy Carl Casey, man. Always got some banger tunes. That is the backdrop of the venue and backdrop of all my live streams, man. White Bat Audio is where I get most of my music for the live streams. Go and check Carl Casey out. One hell of a talented individual, man. Moving on with the rest of the show. Edge. Edge made his way to the ring, and this was probably my favorite segment of the entire show, and I'm not even the biggest Seth Rollins fan. I'm not. I haven't liked Seth Rollins in this current iteration of what he's doing, but this was awesome. Edge made his way, stood in the middle of the ring, said fans have no idea what kind of crowd reaction that is and what it means to him. You know how hard I fought to get this back. And he kept emphasizing this. He said he fought so hard to get them back. He said if they watch Money in the Bank, they realized he should be standing there as the Universal Champion. So the one reason he's not is Seth Rollins. He said he thought he had his bases covered by having the Mysterios watching for the Usos. He said he didn't think Seth would make his presence felt on that night. He said he thought Seth would figure if he beat Reigns, it would be easier for Seth to beat him. He said he'd be wrong, but he thought about where he was going with all of this, and he thought that was his position. So he said, and I like the fact that Edge said this. I like the fact that he thought Seth would figure he would beat Reigns and thought that it would be easier for Seth to take the title from Edge instead of beating Roman. I thought that was a great line and a great way for Edge to project how cowardly and how weak Seth Rollins really is. He then talked about their history, which is not done enough in WWE. Back in 2014, they have a history, man, and they're going back to relive it. They're bringing it up and making it a central part of this storyline. Said he has no idea what a Pandora's box of pain he has opened when it comes to Edge. Said he's learned from the most evil minds in the history of this industry. He said he was in the Brood. He was in the Ministry of Darkness. You have no idea the depths I will sink to get the job done. But you're going to find out. Seth Rollins came out, and I will say it every time I hear him, just like I say it about Adam Cole's theme music. Seth Rollins' new theme music is fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's all right before the second Burn It Down, and then after the second Burn It Down, it just goes into fucking unlistenable garbage. And Adam Cole's theme music is fucking horrible. I don't know what they did. Seriously, you got to go back to the drawing board with both of those two theme musics. So Seth asked everyone if everyone said his name, and he called Edge Grandpa Edge. He said he was talking about the man he used to be. And then he did that obnoxious laugh that he usually does. Seth walked to the ring and said he is, in the interest of full disclosure, he was going to come out here and talk about how much he despises that city and people like them. He said Edge is like Cena, jumping ahead in line whenever he feels like it. He says he is there every week, earning what Edge and Cena try to take from people like him. So I like the fact that Seth Rollins said that he has a problem with Edge because he's just another legend trying to steal the spotlight from a younger talent. So I like where they're going with both of the ways that they're projecting words onto each other. I really do. So he said the more he thought about it, he's actually thrilled he is standing in the ring. You have been such a scumbag to me that nothing would make me happier than to crush your dreams. He started laughing again. He said he wanted to end his fairy tale comeback story. He said if he keeps pushing him, when they talk about Hall of Famer career of Edge or the Hall of Fame career of Edge, they'll be talking about the man who ended his career, Seth freaking Rollins. And then the story from 7 years ago is brought up. He said 7 years ago, he had the chance to end Edge, but he hesitated. So fans were chanting, "You suck." Seth smiled, and he kind of really liked the chant. He said when he has the chance again to put his boot on the back of his surgically repaired neck, this time he will not hesitate to pull the trigger. Bang, 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 ha, 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 bang, bang, poof. There goes your neck up in smoke. So Edge said, you know when I said that you can come to the ring and I won't hit you? Well, I'm a bold-faced liar. Punched Seth Rollins right in the face, and Seth drove Edge into the corner. They were brawling it out, and Edge gave Seth an Edgecution DDT, and he went for the spear, but Seth rolled to the floor because that's the money right there, the spear. Is Edge going to get the spear on Seth Rollins? I'm glad they didn't give that away. This was a great segment. It gets me a little bit more interested than I was in their match for SummerSlam, and I think this is going to really be a great undercard match between these two as long as they keep going back to that story. I want to know why Seth Rollins in that moment did what he did to Edge. Why in that moment did he look to crush Edge's neck? What was the reason there? They got to really dive into that and really bring that to the forefront. That's the story. That's why they're feuding. Yes, Seth Rollins is somebody who says he deserves a championship match, and Edge and John Cena are back. The legends are back to steal the spots and go right to the top, and they're going to get it because of who they are. That's easy. We've seen that story 1,000 fucking times. I want to know what happened between Edge and Rollins 7 years ago. That's the story I want. The other shit, it's academic. We know why Rollins would be upset with Edge coming back and getting championship matches when he's the one who deserves it. I want to know about what happened 7 years ago. Toni Storm and Zelina Vega. Toni Storm got a ring entrance. Thank God. It's her debut. Zelina Vega did not. She got a jobber's entrance. A jobber's entrance for a jobber. Zelina Vega in the mud yet again. You love to see it. You love to see it. I can't. Where were all those people that claimed that Zelina Vega was back to make an impact? That they're glad she's back in WWE. Where are you? I don't hear you guys now. All the way in the back, I don't hear you. Oh, that's right. I shut you up. Once again, I proved myself to be correct in regards to Zelina Vega. She is a loser. She's like Humberto. And she's like Shayna. She's back in WWE because she's gunning for Shayna Baszler's losing streak. That's what she's doing. Zelina Vega wanted to be the next Lana. She wants to go through 10 tables. Never mind 9. 10 tables. She's back to be a loser, folks. Ever since her husband debuted on Dynamite, the stock in Zelina Vega took a fucking nosedive and is now in the grave, and Bruce is slowly pouring the dirt on the casket. Goodbye. An absolute non-factor in WWE. AEW isn't looking too bad for you now, huh? You could have been in Chavo Guerrero's position with Andrade. But everybody called me a fucking mark. You're the marks, wanting this woman to go back to a company that doesn't give a single fucking shit about her. I'm glad you guys made the wrong decision for Miss Vega. I, and everybody else that I know, was only in position to make the right decision for her because we knew the talent that she possessed on the microphone and what she could do for somebody like an Andrade, a Penta, a Phoenix, right? Here she is losing in 4 minutes to Toni Storm and then to Liv Morgan. And everybody else she's been in the ring with. Give me a break. Toni Storm looked great here. She got her belt yanked off of her. Vega took Toni's belt off, and Storm instantly delivered what is now called the Storm 1. She did her finishing move, the Storm 1. This was a modified, I don't know what it was. It looked like a cutter. Her Storm 0 was a Tyler driver, and they changed that. So WWE continues their string of pulling NXT talent, putting them on the main roster, and just feeling the need to change something about their presentation or moveset. What was wrong? I find it laughable. I'm not even complaining to complain. I'm complaining because I find it fucking hilarious. What was wrong with the name Storm 0? Why are we calling it Storm 1? Because NXT had it in as Storm 0, right? We can't have anything NXT related on the main roster. No, says Bruce Pritchard. No, you're going to name it Storm 1. It's almost as if they're mocking Triple H at this point. They're fucking mocking him. It's so sad that there's internal fucking just chaos with WWE. Such a huge disconnect from the main roster and NXT to a point where they are actively fucking looking to sabotage and troll Triple H by any means necessary, man. It's fucking pathetic. It really is. Storm wins, and Vega, another loss. She can now set up a condo next to Humberto in the residence of letter L in the alphabet. We got a video package about the Usos beating the Mysterios at Money in the Bank, and coincidentally, we went right into Dominic Mysterio with Rey against Mr. DUI, Jimmy Uso, with Jey Uso. So this went 7 minutes. This was the last match on this very mediocre edition of SmackDown. 7 minutes, Dominic wins. We go to commercial break, and after the commercial break, Dominic delivered a 619. He climbed the top rope. Jey distracted him. Rey yanked Jey off the ring apron, but Jimmy then super kicked Dominic out of midair, and he got a 2 count. Dominic rolled up Jimmy for a near fall. Then we got a wrecking ball kicking Rey. They went right into an over. It was a suplex, or I don't know what the fuck it was. They went to a move that got botched. I barely caught it because I actually walked away to set up this live stream, and then Jesse was texting me, there's a botch. I had to go back and watch it. I don't know what happened. They recovered a little awkwardly, which led to Dominic sunset flipping Jimmy near the ropes, but Jimmy sat down on it, and then Jey pushed his boots against Jimmy's back for extra leverage for a 3 count. More fuck finishes between the Usos and the Mysterios. I don't get it. So it looks like we may be heading towards another tag team title match at SummerSlam. Maybe this one will make the main card for SummerSlam. But, after the decision to give them the championships at the Money in the Bank on the pre-show, I don't really even give a shit anymore. I don't. I really don't. In fact, I would have given Gable and Otis the tag team championships. I don't think the Usos needed the championships, but now it completes the family. It completes the bloodline. Whatever. Dominic wins in 7 minutes, and that was pretty much it. So Roman Reigns comes out, and we're now heading towards the final segment of the show. Reigns in the ring. He is received by a loud "You suck" chant. And McAfee said, this is not how you acknowledge Roman Reigns in Cleveland. Reigns asked Cleveland to acknowledge him. Reigns looked at the camera, and then he said, you sitting there at home, acknowledge me. Don't worry, Roman. We have acknowledged you here. We acknowledge you every single week, Tribal Chief. Don't worry. He said everyone is acknowledging him, including Cena. The fans then began to give him the dreaded what chant. Reigns paused to break the what chants. He said Hollywood fooled him. He said he thought they were going to get something new and special from Cena, but he put on a nostalgic act. It's the same thing. And he said it with a very angry tone in his voice, almost with disdain in his voice. He said it's the same outfit, the same promo, the music, the same shirt, the same insults. If I wanted that, all I had to do was search online for 2005 John Cena. He said it's like missionary position every single night. That got a rise from all the fans in Cleveland. Make one sexual joke and then everybody finds it to be hilarious. And the tribal chief, the head of the table, he said, is not interested in any of that. We don't get motivated by that. We don't get inspired by that. He said he doesn't see Cena and doesn't want to see him. He said they're not going to see him in the main event of SummerSlam either, and he said it while laughing. Because my answer to your challenge is no. So Reigns is not challenging Cena or accepting the answer to Cena's challenge, I should say, for SummerSlam, at least right now. So Balor came out, and he was dressed in his jacket and regular street clothes. He had a gash on his forehead. I guess that happened from the Sami Zayn match. Reigns said he must be there to acknowledge him. Balor said, listen, I'm not interested in Cena's challenge. I would be interested in his challenge. Reigns and Heyman have some words. Fans chanted Roman scared. And then Reigns said, challenge accepted. So Balor said, if you're not interested in Cena's challenge, then I'm interested in your challenge. So I don't really get why we're getting Balor here. They didn't clarify when the match was happening. They didn't really tell you when the match was happening. Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be the week after that? What are we doing? Why are we getting Balor out of nowhere in week 2 to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship? Now, it could be a non-title match for all we know, but I'm not really here to see Roman Reigns wrestle a non-title match on SmackDown. Why would we do that? We see that enough with Bobby Lashley on Monday Night Raw. We don't want to see that. This match should be saved for a bigger stage. These two have quite the history together. If you guys remember, when Balor was first brought to the main roster, there was a fatal four-way on Monday Night Raw, and Roman Reigns ended up fighting Finn Balor in the main event of that Monday Night Raw on his first night on Raw, which was the determination on who would go on to wrestle for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam, which Balor won. He's the first ever Universal Champion. So Balor says he's here to win championships. So I'm assuming it's the championship match that we're going to get soon. Balor and Reigns. Now, I thought it was going to happen a lot later down the road. It doesn't fit in my timeline from what I see going into SummerSlam. Reigns doesn't need to wrestle. We can continue to build this promo work between Cena and Reigns. We don't need Reigns in the middle to wrestle to get to Cena. Balor is worth more than that. He's just not the type of guy I want to see on the roster back after all this time away in the third week, challenge Roman Reigns simply to lose. There's no story there. So why are we getting it? The story for Balor should come way down the line when Reigns has taken care of Cena, taken care of Rollins, takes care of Dwayne. Or if Dwayne shows up at Survivor Series, gets the match started with Reigns and Dwayne at WrestleMania, he's back to just throw his name into the discussion. But Balor and Reigns should happen well at the end of the year. TLC, Royal Rumble, that's a nice little feud for a couple of months there. Why are we getting it now? I don't have the answers for you guys. I don't. I feel like WWE is, the only thing I could really come up with is, I think WWE right now is desperate for big matches. They're desperately trying to continue the momentum on SmackDown with fans being back. Balor's a big name. He's a popular name. Reigns is the biggest pro wrestler in the world right now. He's the biggest heel in the industry. They know what they got with Reigns. They know what they're doing with Reigns. I just think it's WWE trying to give us big matches on TV to continue the momentum and have these shows be consistent. But I would not do that at the behest of shitty booking. Doesn't make sense. So we're getting Balor, we're getting Reigns at some point, whether it's next week or the week after that, we don't know. We'll probably hear something on social media, unless it's announced now for next week. I have no idea. I haven't even looked at the chat, because when I get rolling here, I don't even look at the chat. But I don't like it. I don't like that. So I got a text here. Hold on. Ticket Drew is texting me, my boy Drew Badalla. He says, I have a theory on your whole Balor versus Zayn, cold, and not getting it to slam. Also, JD, to that idiot that said they felt cheated, Roman didn't wrestle, Cena fucking did. LOL. I guess, there you go. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And we will see what happens in the weeks to come, man. All I know is we're getting Cena and Reigns at SummerSlam, and that's the match. Balor, I think he is worth more than a one-off. But, I'm not Bruce Pritchard. I'm not Vince McMahon. So it's something we'll have to keep an eye on as we get into the weeks ahead going into SummerSlam. Thank you guys very much for joining me. And Great Collie says, Ticket Drew is texting you to express his love for Charlotte Flair. Man, oh man. Yeah, listen, you're still talking about that, huh? I'll be working with Ticket Drew next week, man. We're going to be doing some cool shit. I appreciate you guys joining me on the podcast tonight, man. Thank you for the 2,300 that have been in the chat. I love you. I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up, man. We are almost at 1,000 likes. Can we get there, man? We got 947. Let's try and get it, man. A little more than 50 to go. You guys know what to do. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We're going to hang out with some cold beverages. I got my beverage of choice, which is my Liquid Death. Shout out to the fine people over at Liquid Death, man. A mighty cold beverage. And that's my thing. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And make sure you guys have your notifications set for tomorrow. Off the Script, episode 384. We got a big show coming up. Big show coming up. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the podcast tomorrow. Also, bonfire.com. Get your t-shirts. Blue Chew. Go and check out Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout for your free sample. At patreon.com/JD from NY206. Let's start at the top here, man. Let me see what we got going on over here. Hold on. We got Francisco Coronado with a $5 super chat. JD, I took tonight off to watch you because I know it will be a great show. It always is, Francisco. So can you call me a bald goon? Francisco, you bald goon. Thank you for tuning into the podcast tonight. And thank you for your $5 super chat. Michelle Moran with two $5 super chats. Wow. Shows how bad and senile Vincent Kennedy McMahon is by letting a guy like Daniel Bryan walk away, but then shows interest in bringing back stupid Strowman. Nice little rant on Braun Strowman tomorrow on Off the Script, man. Yeah, that'll show those AEW fellows. We'll bring back Braun Strowman. What a fucking one-trick pony, man. That act has been absolutely taxed, juiced. There's nothing left. What a fucking terrible decision to bring him back. Have him go to Impact, man. He'll do well there. Good thing Dominic never went to NXT, or else the old man would bury him too, like Cross. Well, seeing how he botched tonight, he may very well have to go back to NXT. Wednesdays and Friday at 10 p.m. are Can't Miss TV, especially with Brian and Punk. Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. WWE has awesome cameras. I'll give them that. The crowd was lit. Keep up the great work. You're definitely number one in the IWC. That's why I always watch you. Thank you, Tony Brown. Appreciate you, brother. Ken Lee Pierre with a $4.99 super chat. Bianca versus Carmella should... Or Bianca versus Carmella, I think he made a typo. Bianca versus Carmella showed you that women's wrestling is not over. No, WWE going to a festival that has absolutely no care for pro wrestling shows you that wrestling is not over. Well, wrestling is not popular. Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. JD, I just wanted to say I'm doing good, and you are the head of the table in the IWC. Thank you, Susan. That is good news. Good news. Micah with a $1.99 super chat. Roman versus Balor is not the match we need right now. Absolutely not. I don't have any good explanation as to why we're getting that match. But I guess beating Sami Zayn is enough for a Universal Championship match in the eyes of WWE management. Ned Pepper with a $2 super chat. Balor versus Cena, number one contenders match. Who says no? Balor versus Cena. We're not getting Balor versus Cena. Black Monger with a $5 super chat. WWE showing SummerSlam in movie theaters, which is cool, but it's WWE. I'm hoping TK will have All Out in theaters. That would be nice on a movie screen. Well, he did it for Double or Nothing. I assume Tony would be doing that for All Out as well. You'll probably hear an announcement to that in the days leading up to All Out. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. Take my money. Jade Cargill is not at that point yet. He has a long way to go. Majin Styles with a $2 super chat. 50,000 people and no reaction. Priceless. Not a single fucking person, man. I don't know if I was hearing the crowd from Cleveland through the feed or if WWE was piping in reaction to make it seem like those people there were making noise. I have no idea. Lauren Hutton with a $5 super chat. SmackDown from Cleveland was actually decent. Update on Orton's status from WWE is that he is on the inactive list, but he's scheduled to return on August 2nd. WWE doesn't really need Randy Orton to sell this storyline with Matt Riddle against AJ and Omos. Orton can show up and have it booked in 3 weeks. That's the match. Riddle and Orton versus Styles and Omos. And they win the tag team titles at SummerSlam. Brazy with a $10 super chat. So WWE told us to expect a Balor loss within the next 4 weeks. Thanks, Vince. The Rolling Loud idea was poorly executed, as WWE always does nowadays. Been watching you since TLC 2017. You are truly the best. Thank you, Brazy. That's a long time, brother. I don't recall you being in the super chats as of late either, but thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for the $10. Black Monger with a $5 super chat. Did you hear WWE aggressively wants 2K to take Bryan out of the game? With Bryan and Punk, that AEW game is an automatic must-buy to me. Fuck WWE 2K. I did hear that. I talked about that tomorrow on Off the Script, and it is a logical business move for WWE. Why would you want Daniel Bryan? If you're Vince McMahon, why would you want Daniel Bryan, who went to the enemy team, to be in your video game making royalties off of your game when he's no longer with the company? Sounds like a sound idea to me to take him out of the game. That's what I would do. It's just a business move, guys. It's not a conspiracy, or they're not intentionally doing it to Daniel Bryan. Bryan's going to be in the AEW game. Don't worry. Marcus Green with a $5 super chat. JD, you are the prophet. You called it for Finn and Roman on one of your old shows. Yes, but I called for it at the end of the year, not in 3 weeks. Lauren Hutton with a $2 super chat. A triple threat with Roman, Cena, and Finn. Why? There's no triple threat. Roman's going to beat Finn, and then Roman's going to beat Cena. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. Braun Strowman to WWE means he won't be in AEW, and your impression returns to the podcast. It's a win-win. You know it, brother. The Strowman Express once again gets to leave the station. Whee! Ah, Strowman! Jaden Gilliam with a $4.99 super chat. Mackenzie and I were gonna go to SmackDown tonight, but sold our tickets after we found out half was gonna be at Rolling Loud. Now we're going to WWE Super Show tomorrow. Well, good on you, brother. Sounds like it was the right idea. You guys only got maybe a little bit more than an hour in the venue tonight at the Rocket Mortgage Arena. But WWE, listen, man, that a half an hour at Rolling Loud, maybe less than that. But on the main show tonight, you got Rollins, Edge, Roman, Balor, Cena, Usos, Big E, right? They loaded the show up for you guys. So I don't know why people are complaining, man. You got Edge and Roman and Cena on the same show. Sounds like a newsworthy night for anybody that was there. Rock Hawk with a $5 super chat. Roman's missionary comment was funny. That's why Roman is the fucking tribal chief. He knows what he's doing, man. Roman's promo work has gotten excellent. Daniel Easterday with a $2 super chat. Toni Storm actually won her debut. Wow. Yeah, for now. For now. She's definitely got that look to lead a division. They're going to love her, man. I don't know how you could fuck that up. I really don't. Cool Jags with a $9.99 super chat. SmackDown was a good show tonight. Finn Balor challenging Roman Reigns makes perfect sense and is a main event worthy SummerSlam match. John Cena is great, but Finn Balor would be the better match. Cool Jags. Are you smoking what Bruce Pritchard's smoking, bro? Finn Balor is better than John Cena against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? No. Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns is not selling out Allegiant Stadium. Actually, Allegiant Stadium's already sold out. But WWE would be shitting on a lot of fans if they made that the main event. That's not the main event. Roman Reigns and John Cena is SummerSlam's main event. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. Loving the Big E theme song. It's catchy. Swale. I wish they had more actual musicians doing wrestler theme songs. That means we'd get a little bit more personable with their theme songs. Whoever's doing Def Rebel, whoever's doing these theme songs, man, fucking garbage. Indigo with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, much respect. I was chilling with a few friends, Rolling Loud, so I missed SmackDown. Cole's best partner, in my opinion, is Taz. Pat is now under that list. Roman legit made me LOL. Another awesome live stream. So, Indigo, you were watching Rolling Loud, or are you at Rolling Loud? I'm going to assume that you were watching Rolling Loud instead of watching SmackDown, which at this point I don't blame you. But thank you for the $10, brother. I really appreciate it. King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. Heard WWE wants Braun back. Must be the AEW effect. Absolutely. They see Tony Khan spending some money, and Bruce is like, oh, I'll show them. Braun Strowman is back. Yeah, no thank you. Lockie Watson with a New Zealand $5 super chat. I predict Parker Bordeaux will get hot shot to the main roster eventually and be the God Slayer to take out Roman. No. You got quite the imagination there, Mr. Watson. Not gonna happen. Cool Jags with a $4.99 super chat. I genuinely love Pat McAfee commentating. He's been absolutely fantastic. I think that's why I like SmackDown tonight, because of the commentary. Jags, it's the same commentary every week, bro. I thought SmackDown show last week was better. Ali with a $4.99 super chat. Hey, JD, I just want to say that you're the coolest person on YouTube since I first subscribed to you back in 2013, and your wrestling podcast are the best. Thank you, Ali. Thank you for the kind words, man. Michael Loretta with a $5 super chat. With CM Punk and Daniel Bryan going to AEW, it's like Kevin Nash and Scott Hall going to WCW. I can see the correlation there, Michael. I think Punk and Bryan at this stage going to and defecting to AEW are a little bit more well-established compared to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. But, you know, what Kevin Nash and Scott Hall did, and when they did it, you know, it was almost as if they were invading WCW. It was just perfect timing. You know, Razor Ramon was never a big deal in WWE. IC champion a couple times, never really got to the main spot for the WWE title. Kevin Nash had almost a year's reign with the WWF Championship. I thought Diesel was a modest champion. He had some great fucking matches with Bret Hart, but I mean, everybody has great matches with Bret. I could see the correlations, but I don't think it's similar at all. Like, there's similarities, but it's not similar, if you know what I mean. Savoy48 with a $5 super chat. Great show, JD. You and BC Amplified are the two realest wrestling fans in the YWC. You better fucking believe it, man. Me and BC. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a round table with me and BC on it, bro? I think the fucking haters and the geeks in the community, man, their eyeballs will pop out of their head. Thank you, Savoy. John Roy with a $10 super chat. It was dark match tonight with Ray and Dominic and Cena versus the Usos and Roman Reigns, according to a source. Yeah, but it's a dark match. I didn't see it, so it happened when the cameras were off. It doesn't count. It's only for the live crowd that's there. Raging Girl Gamer with a $4.99 super chat. This guy JD screams too much, he says. Or she says. Rage, why are you complaining that I yell? Huh? Do you go and tell your husband that he yells at the TV when he says something about whatever's on TV he doesn't like? Why are you complaining that I yell? When did I yell in this podcast? Do you know the definition of yelling? Go look it up in the Webster's Dictionary. Oh, that's right. You can't because you're wasted at the bar. I thought I asked somebody to flag Rage over here. What type of staff do I have here, man? Really? You know, Jesse, I'm going to be docking you pay, bro, really. Now, when I take you out to dinner when I get to Chicago, man, you ain't getting a fucking appetizer. I'm telling you that right now. And you're only allowed one beverage. That's it. All these weeks, you're not doing your job. Man, Ice bin not filled up. Rage is a fucking alcoholic at the bar. Well, what's going on? Jesus Christ. I need orderly conduct here, man. I got a fucking show to conduct. Unbelievable. Lauren Hutton, storyline you enjoy more, RK Bro or Cena Roman? Lauren. You know, with comments like that, I appreciate everything you do. I really do. With comments like that, it makes me think that you don't listen to the show. I think the crowd in the venue right now can answer that question for you. Come on. Brian Mahoney with a $5 super chat. Seth Rollins is so insufferable to me, bro. I just cannot stand him. He isn't winning all kinds of titles, but he is so overrated in my opinion. I don't know where he's going with this, man. Listen, he's enjoying life right now. He's got Becky, he's got a new kid, he's got a comfy position in WWE, a major marquee match at SummerSlam. Who's better than Seth Rollins right now? But I agree. I don't really care for his gimmick at all either. John R. with a $5 super chat. Bruh, did Pat McAfee form his mouth to say Rolling Loud crowd was going bonkers for matches? I love Pat, but he was spinning lies tonight. Yeah, because Vince McMahon was yelling in his headset to tell him what to say when WWE shot the Rolling Loud segments. That's why. And if you're behind the commentary desk, you gotta listen to Vince and say what Vince tells you to. Simple. Furious Nation with a $10 super chat. What's up, JD? Decent SmackDown, in my opinion. Better than Monday Night Yawn. Bro, the morning shit I took before I took a shower was better than Monday Night Raw. And I mean that wholeheartedly. That Storm 1 finisher looked like a new finisher that Toni Storm did on Zoe Stark back in NXT. in May 2 months ago. I remember. I don't know what it is as far as maneuvers go. Looks like a cutter. Either way, I like it. I just find it funny that WWE once again changes something that doesn't need to be changed from NXT. Raging Girl Gamer with a $4.99 Super Chat. Carmella versus Charlotte for this WrestleMania. This would seriously save WWE. Jesus Christ, I don't know what type of fucking alcohol you have to be drinking to emit a comment like that. You know, I didn't know I had moonshine in the fucking venue. Are you fucking kidding me? What are you people serving her at the bar? It'd be like Coyote Ugly. Fucking spray some water on her, man. Fucking douse her in some water. Maybe I'm drunk. I can't even fucking speak. Furious Nation with a $5 Super Chat. I absolutely agree on your Pat McAfee take. He does kind of remind me of Mauro Ranallo when he commentated on SmackDown in 2016. Nobody's Mauro, but he's got Mauro-type charisma, for sure. For sure. Furious Nation with a $5 Super Chat. I absolutely agree. Thank you. That was you. I'm reading it all. I must be drunk, man. Maybe I gotta flag myself. Thank you, Furious Nation, for the $5 Super Chat, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. What else we got here? Let's see. Raging Girl Gamer with a $4.99 Super Chat. JD won't shave his beard. I wonder what his, yeah, never mind. Yeah. I know where you're going. All right, you know what? Somebody call her an Uber, please. Somebody. You with the fucking bald head back there, man. You're drinking a fucking Truly. Go call her a fucking cab. I don't even serve that here. No outside beverages in the venue. Fucking asshole, man. CJBYM with a $5 Super Chat. I don't like the fact that Balor is being used like Keith Lee as a gateway to get us to Cena and Reigns. Balor is better than that. You called it, brother. I don't like it either. Reese with a $19.99 Super Chat. Thank you, Reese. I'm sorry for being late, man. Was riding go-karts with my sister, but since I'm here, Mr. No Days Off. Go-kart sounds like a lot of fun, brother. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you had a good time. Magician Sapphire with a $10 Super Chat. If Punk is going to AEW, do you think Punk and Colt Cabana can coexist with one another? Yes. Yes, I think that as part of the negotiations, I think Tony Khan is very well aware of what was going on there. The fact that they were suing each other. All of that is going to be squashed, man. All of that is going to be squashed. And like men, I'm sure Punk and Colt Cabana talked about it before anything was even discussed with Punk and Khan. Not to worry about it. Adam 420 every day with a $2 Super Chat. Rolling loud, man. I roll loud every day. Don't roll too hard, brother. Don't roll too hard. You know who else is rolling? Titus. I heard he's making biscuits tomorrow. Ryan Mansueto with a $9.99 Super Chat. Baron Corbin is about to start an OnlyFans next week. Good luck with that one. Maybe the one MILF in the audience will be subscribing to his OnlyFans next week. Thank you for the $9.99, brother. Grace's Corner. Sounds like a fucking bakery shop I should be visiting. I heard that Naomi may be going to SmackDown and Roman might help Naomi dethrone Bianca as the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. Sounds like an idea that I pitched. Maybe. I would like to see that. John Prescott. Just want to say, love your podcast, brother. Huge fan. Thank you, John. Appreciate you with the $5. Tribal Chief with a Canada, $2. Man, I missed the 1916 finisher. It's an NXT thing, brother. Don't worry about it. They're not going to use it. They're not going to use it because it's an NXT thing. And Vince doesn't want anything NXT related on the main roster. Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. Oh God, why is WWE thinking that the stupid Express is going to make a difference? I don't know, Susan. But Braun may need that money. You know, those train upgrades, they don't come at a cheap cost. He's got to add some choo-choo sound effects and some steam sound effects and the whee! And we got to get some more stuttering involved. Stupid. Henley Pierre with a $4.99 super chat. Cole or Keith Lee to take down Roman after he beats everyone. Good luck with that. Keith Lee taking down Roman Reigns. Oh, man. Kenley, you should be a fucking stand-up comedian, brother. You should be Adam Cole. Oh, man. Adam Cole's going to be in catering, man. He's going to be begging for one of those biscuits that Titus is baking tomorrow, bro. Give me a break. Daniel Rodriguez, $4.99 super chat. This will be a two-part super chat, but I want to say to you, there are times where you say cringe things that make no sense, but I love your honesty. It makes me real excited to hear what part 2 has to say. Sunny Impact, $5 super chat. Rolling Loud is the biggest hip-hop music festival of the year for all you uninformed neckbeards. Oh, so Rolling Loud is a festival of some of the most untalented musicians in the industry. Got it. Got it. Thank you, Sunny Impact, for the clarification. Brian Betancourt with a $5 super chat. Just became a member, and it's great to feel it. Keep killing it on the show. Thank you, Brian Betancourt. Appreciate you, brother. David Connolly with a $5.49 Euro super chat. Big fan of Sasha Banks. When do you think she will be back? And shout out to you, JD, my favorite WWE YouTuber. I figured Sasha would be back by now, man, but Bianca's gonna need a challenger. One of these weeks, we're gonna hear that theme music go off. We're gonna hear Snoop. It's gonna happen. Who you calling Pinhead with a $4.99 super chat? My theory, Zayn costs Balor, sets up SummerSlam match. Pretty much a repeat of Rollins' Edge, but hey, it's WWE, so what do we expect? More than likely, you're probably right, bro. I don't think Finn Balor belongs in the situation that he's in with Reigns right now, but it is what it is. Whatever. I stand corrected. WWE wants big matches, and they're going to do whatever they can to give us big matches with or without meaning. Brian Mahoney with a $5 super chat. Love reigns, but at what point do fans get tired of the reign? Not Prime Cena or Punk at most popular could keep fans invested as long as this is going. They better not get tired of it, and you guys better get used to it. This man is not losing the championship. For the sake of the goddamn fucking story, he's not losing the championship. Indigo. I was watching Rolling Loud, JD. Sorry about my typo. No worries, brother. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the clarification. Daniel Rodriguez with a $4.99. His part 2 from Daniel Rodriguez. I love what you do and how truthful you are. Like when idiots like Otaku, Jesus, and others bash you, but run scared when you clap back at them. Much love. Bro, everybody else is inferior. Especially the two that you mentioned to what I do here, man. I don't give a fuck about what people say about me. I know what I bring to the table, and I know that when I'm live, I got a fucking jam-packed live stream every fucking time, man. Look at the stats. This week especially, number 1 over Fightful, Wrestle Talk, everybody, man. AEW live stream with Jesse, number 1 over Fightful, over Wrestle Talk, Monday Night Raw blew everybody out of the water, man. Don't tell me what I don't already know. We're the most powerful entity in the IWC, bar none. When I speak, people listen. When I say something that the haters don't like, they're ready to clip it so that they get their views on their little Twitter accounts, because they know when I'm involved, it gets them views. Well, thank you for the kind words, Daniel. I appreciate it, brother. Mama McMahon's Macaroni. $4.99 super chat. I'll take cross, or I'll take a cross culotta. Hold the berries. I didn't know that was a drink. Is that a drink special tonight? A cross colada? I thought I had canceled that. We don't have losers on the menu. I'm sorry, Mama McMahon's Macaroni. I may have to get your refund. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. If Daniel Bryan ever returns to WWE after his AEW run, do you ever see him getting into the Hall of Fame? Furious Nation, this man just signed a contract with AEW and hasn't even stepped foot in the ring yet, and you're already wanting him to return to the WWE or asking if he returns to the WWE after his AEW run? What are we doing? Is he going into the Hall of Fame? Yes. To answer your question, yes. They'd be stupid not to. The Forerunners, $9.99 super chat. Hey, brother, I've been MIA for a little bit. Always listen to you, though. How do you feel about Strowman coming back and Bray as well to form the Wyatt family again? I love that. I love that, man. I didn't really pitch that idea on tomorrow's show. I think that would be great. But I do talk about Strowman and Wyatt tomorrow on the podcast. So you guys got that to look forward to. Swayze with a $4.99 super chat. I would like to see Dominic turn on his father, Ray. Storyline about him resenting Ray because he took him away from his kayfabe dad, Eddie. No. Sorry. Not going to work out. Majin with a $5 super chat. LOL, hey, JD. Hire me as your security in the venue to get the drunk people out. Now, we only have one drunk, and her name is Rage. She's a raging alcoholic. She's living up to her name. Shinso the Great with a $4.99 super chat. Been a sub since your out-of-nowhere days. Always the realest in the IWC. I wish massive success, homie. Yo, Shinso, I appreciate that, brother. The out of nowhere days were great, man. There's a ton of shit that came out of those out of nowhere days, man. Some good stuff. Inverted with a $5 super chat. Can somebody open the walk-in freezer, rage lock me in, send help? You mean to tell me that somebody let this fucking raging alcoholic behind the goddamn venue and in to the kitchen? Rage, I know you got the munchies, but you don't go and desecrate Titus's kitchen like that. Kitchen's closed, by the way. All food orders have ceased to exist. Jericho8131 with a $10 super chat. Where were you, Team Rock or Team Austin in the Attitude Era? Team Rock. Also, my beer is piss warm. Please tell Jesse to fill the ice bin and stop flirting with the bartender. Well, A, I could tell you Jesse is not flirting with the bartender, but he never fills the fucking ice bin. And your drink was piss warm? My drinks are never piss warm, Jericho. Jesse might not have included ice in your beverage. I don't know. I got the most state-of-the-art beer fucking configuration in the chat, in the venue, man. I got top-of-the-line kegs with a filtration system and top-notch everything, man. So I know your beer or your drink is not cold coming from the fucking draft. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know who made your beverage, man, but you gotta let me know who it is. Seriously. Lauren Hutton with a $1.99 super chat leaves a microphone emoji. Thank you, Lauren. Hopefully you didn't take my my sarcasm before a little too seriously. We love you in the chat. JD23 with a $4.99 super chat. I would definitely save Balor and Reigns for another pay-per-view match in the future. No need to do it now. You already have Cena and Reigns at SummerSlam. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Metalhead for Life with a $4.99 super chat. Sends a super sticker. Thank you so much, brother. Raging Girl Gamer with a $4.99 super chat. Love you, JD and OTS fam. Y'all made my night. Had a horrible day, but I know you can all make me happy through it all. That's what we're here to do, Rage. We love you. Take it easy. You're going to start that new job at Ford soon. I hope. Metalhead for Life with another $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, bro. Brian Betancourt with a $10 super chat. Just became a new member today, and it feels great. Keep killing the show, showing love from the Bronx. Thank you, Brian Betancourt from the Bronx, man. Appreciate you, brother. What are you drinking? Rounds on me. Mendelfs Isma with a $3 super chat. Leaves a super sticker. Thank you, brother. Nolan J. $4.99 super chat. What's up, JD? SmackDown was boring tonight. Have you still been watching Lego Masters? If so, what do you think of this season? Bro, I'm enjoying it. The two Chinese guys are my favorite. I'm up to episode 4, I believe. I've been trying to go back and forth between Lego Masters and Holy Moly. I love Holy Moly, man. Rob Riggle is fucking great. I love that show, man. I would love to be on that show. Probably make a fucking fool of myself, but I'd love to be on that show, man. JD on Holy Moly Season 4. Let's make it happen. The Path Created with a $4.99 super chat. JD, I think Punk shows up at All Out due to the ticket prices for All Out increasing. Punk is going to be there. That's the way I feel. Majin Styles with a $2 super chat. WWE need Jim Johnston for help with themes. Absolutely. Francisco Coronado with a $5 super chat. If you could ask Vincent Kennedy McMahon 3 questions and he could not lie, what would they be? Why is he sabotaging NXT? Why is Bruce Pritchard on the fucking writing team and can we get rid of him? And why is Monday Night Raw the worst fucking show in the industry? I don't know. Those are just off the top of my head in the moment. Now, I probably would need to think about some really deep fucking questions. Lauren Hahn with a $2 super chat. Will you be doing any meet and greets? Love you, JD. Yes, in New York City for AEW Grand Slam and in Chicago for All Out. Mr. Dark Ace 28 with a $5 super chat. 3 kittens got adopted last week from the adoption center. I hope Sriracha, Salsa, and Chili Pepper enjoy their new homes. Hashtag OTS for life. Cute names, man. Find those babies some homes, man. That's what I like to see. Awesome stuff there, Mr. Dark Ace. You're doing God's work right there. Tribal Chief with a $5 super chat. Canadian. What do you think of the Cleveland Guardians name? Hope they don't change the Braves. It's trash. Ryan Cook with a $4.99 super chat. Can we get one Kevin Dunn? Wood? David Connolly with a Euro $2.29 super chat. JD, keep doing what you're doing, man. The rants, they're the best. Thank you, David. And Daniel Rodriguez. $2.99 super chat. I keep things real, nothing but respect. No hate, he says. I know, brother. I know, brother. Don't worry about it. Man, we got more super chats coming in here, man. Kenley Pierre with a $9.99 super chat. Do you think CM Punk should win the AEW title eventually? Eddie Guerrero or Daniel Bryan? And I have a feeling Wyatt is going to face Oldberg for the title after SummerSlam. I don't know where Eddie Guerrero is coming in. You asking me who's better, Eddie Guerrero or Daniel Bryan? I'm taking Daniel Bryan. Punk is not going to be immediately in the AEW title picture. I think that goes to Paige. Wyatt and Goldberg? No, thank you. That sounds fucking atrocious. Kelly with a $5 super chat. Can I get a Kevin Dunn impression about me? You want me to say that in the Kevin Dunn voice? Okay. I don't know what you want me to say, but let me take a sip of my cold beverage. Hold on. Kelly. Listen, I prefer Kelly instead of you over here, but number one. Number two, I heard you're gonna beat Raging Girl Gamer in a Full Guys game, so you can win and get that crown trophy. But you know, you could get the Kevin Dunn trophy if you hand me over some wood and maybe a toothbrush, man. Because Eva Marie, she forgot my anniversary the other week, and she didn't get me a new toothbrush like she promised me. Thank you, Kelly. Raging Girl Gamer, $4.99 super chat. Oh, yeah, I've been loving Chipotle as of late also. Are you streaming COD tonight? No, I am not, Rage. Next week. And Chipotle is awesome. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. By the way, Braun Strowman sucks as well as the Strowman Express. Whee! Chris with a $4.99 super chat. What's up, JD and the OTS venue? Love you guys. I have an interesting question. When The Undertaker gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, who inducts him? I say Foley. I agree. Either Foley or Vince McMahon, but Vince won't do it. Metalhead for Life with a $2.99 super sticker emoji. Leaves me a thumbs up. Thank you, Metalhead for Life. I appreciate you, man. Sean Watkins with a $4.99 super chat. Great review again, brother. OTS for life. Thank you, man. Guys, I am tapped out, man. I appreciate you guys so fucking much, man. I appreciate you guys very much. The venue is about to close down. We're about to get out of here, man. I got a busy day tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the SmackDown post show right here on Off the Script. We got a lot of stuff coming up, man. Off the Script tomorrow, episode 384. It should be a good one. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's continue to hit that thumbs up. Let's hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Join Off the Script. We're here every single week delivering the shows. Yes, Issa. Yes, Issa. The Roman promo. I know it made you hot and sweaty. I know. Just the mere thought of Roman saying those words tonight. I know. I know. I know. Roman has that effect on people. Hit that subscribe button, guys. The support has been unbelievable. Check out Blue Chew, bluechew.com. Code JD at checkout for your free sample. Go and check out all the other videos, man. Monday Night Raw, NXT, AEW Dynamite, which was Jesse and I's highest rated Wednesday night. And then obviously, like I said, Off the Script tomorrow. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Follow me on social media. You guys know the ats. At JD from NY206 on both Twitter and Instagram. And go get your t-shirts, man. Bonfire.com. Get your Summer Scam t-shirts. Get your JD's Negan t-shirts. Your JD's Elite and JD Club. I want to see those shirts at the meet and greets in Chicago and in Queens. I want to see it. I'll be doing some cool shit with Ticket Drew next week. Hopefully we get some more Twitter Spaces happening. Hopefully we get a roundtable discussion happening. I'll be doing something, so keep an eye out for that as well on his side of things. All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. You guys know what the deal is, as always. I got my cold beverage, and my Mustang is parked in the parking lot, man. I'm about to hit the highway, get the hell out of here. Number one, I need those guitar emojis in the chat. Number two, you know that guitar solo's coming up. And when you hear that guitar solo, I need that music on fucking max, bro. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script and right back here on Monday with a brand new week of content as always. Until then, take care, guys. I love you. Thank you for everything. And I'll see you tomorrow for Off the Script. See you guys later.